Mwaki Masinde. CPA Mwaki is a mother, a wife, and a lady of this profession. A certified public accountant of Kenya, member of ICPAK, member of IIA, and a member of ICPAK.
All right, thank you so much, CPA. And I would want to take in this case here, first of all, the first feedback. Are we audible enough? Are we audible enough? I can see Frederick saying net issues. Net issues. Somebody saying yes. Yes. Thank you so much. Most of them, no hitches. Oh, I'm breaking, eh? We are breaking. Just a minute. We have to correct that. Thank you so much. But you still have to do me one big favor. You have to do me one big favor. I would still expect, bigger numbers than whatever we have. 130, that is not really our very best. We can get more than that. I expected 500 members to be with us this afternoon. And I believe these 130 members, if you were to simply share the link that you have used, to join here with your other friends in the various ICPAK members groups, I'm 100% sure that we can surpass the 500 or even 1,000. Ladies and gentlemen, because of course I can see so many people who have been able to join us at the moment, and because of the hiccup that we got, I would want to take this opportunity again to introduce myself in a very, very shallow way. Dr. Joshua Aura is my name. I'm a member of ICPAK and I'm a member of ACCA. All right, and then of course with me here, I'm privileged to be seated next to an aspirant, somebody who wants to get to ICPAK Council to serve us. So I would want to give her a few minutes to reintroduce herself in the very simplest ways.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aura. My name is CPA Mwaki Masinde. I am a wife and a mother, a financial professional working with the NGCDF board. I am a certified public accountant of Kenya, a member of ICPAK, a member of ICPAK, and a member of IIA.
Thank you so much. Now, straight away to our interview, CPA Mary, you presented, in this case, your manifesto very well. I never came there physically, but I was able to follow online. And if I remember very well, your manifesto was premised on what we call the C.A.L.M agenda. C.A.L.M agenda. In one sentence, what problem in ICPAK are you most determined to fix?
Thank you so much, Lecturer. I'm here as a candidate of ICPAK. I propose to solve the gap, the small niche that is not existing between the ICPAK members and the institute. I wish to solve the gap between the members and the institute and its members.
Very good, thank you so much. So according to Mary Mwaki, yes, there is a gap between the members and the institute. Of course, I believe she'll be able to expound on that as we progress. Why should an ICPAK member listening to you today trust you with their vote?
Thank you so much, Lecturer. Like I said, I've been a member of ICPAK for the last 15 years. And all this time, I've been serving ICPAK, the institute, from the grassroots. I've been a member of the Western branch, serving as a youth representative and subsequently as a gender representative. I've served the ICPAK Institute at the grassroots for the last more than 10 years. So I know the problems that the members have. I know the gap that is existing between the institute and its members. And I'm here to form the platform for growth, influence, and opportunity.
Thank you so much for a great response. Now, one quite interesting question. When I deal with ICPAK members, in most cases they have come and told me that, you know what, Dr. Aura, you have been able to endorse people, and once you endorse people, they get into ICPAK, they get there and forget about us totally. They disconnect from us almost immediately. So again, I'm repeating that question. why do you think when you get inside ICPAK, you will not disconnect from ourselves?
Thank you so much, Dr. I'll emphasize here that I'm not going to start serving the institute. I have been serving the institute at the grassroots level, and I have served very well. I know the real challenges that the members are having at the grassroots, and I'm here to offer practical solutions, not just theoretical solutions, no, practical solutions, and those are the solutions in my C.A.L.M agenda.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So in your C.A.L.M agenda, let us see if I understood it very well. We have credibility, and you really emphasize the credibility is the currency of our profession. What are the biggest threats to credibility facing ICPAK members today?
Thank you so much, Dr. I would just say it's not just the ICPAK members alone. It's the current generation that we have in our country today. ICPAK members included. There is a weak enforcement of ethics. So you'll find there is inconsistent quality in practice. Then you'll find also the general perception about accountants. People tend to believe that accountants are transactional rather than strategic. That is the credibility thing that is going to be solved by our C.A.L.M agenda. We are not transactional. We are going to offer strategic solutions once selected.
Okay. Thank you so much. Enforcement has always been a challenge. Enforcement has always been a very great challenge at ICPAK. What will you do differently to ensure ethical compliance is not just theory?
Thank you, Dr. For us to ensure that it's not just theory, we are going to, when there are disciplinary cases, they should not take long to be solved. Once I get into the institute, I'll struggle to strengthen the enforcement to bring faster disciplinary processes, to ease the disciplinary processes. Something that should take 6 months to be solved should not take 3 years.
Thank you so much. Great. Then how do we reposition accountants from just mere number crunchers to trusted advisors in Kenya's economy?
Okay. We'll ensure that there is continuous relevance training, ethical trainings for the accountants. The CPD points should be made affordable, made reliable. They should be able to be reached by all accountants, all members of the institute.
Great.
Young and old should be able to access our CPDs.
Thank you so much. For sure, in this case here, we know that like most students who clear CPAs from RCM and from other colleges, most of them have told us, hey, we can't afford these Kenya shillings 27,000 to join ICPAK. And when they afford and they get to join, always they come to me telling me that, Mwalimu, these Kenya shillings 60,000 CPD events at Mombasa, they are out of our reach. So in terms of now making these CPDs affordable, what will CPA Mary Mwaki do?
Thank you, Dr. for that question. CPA Mwaki, when I get into the institute, we want to work on those CPD. So CPD programs should be affordable. We should come with diversified CPD programs so that every member, small or big, young and old, should be able to at least access them. Yes, everybody should find his niche. Yes.
All right. Something that I would want you to address clearly is this prohibitive cost for the young accountants, that 27,000. Do you have a plan, Mary Mwaki CPA, regarding these young accountants who are many by numbers outside here to enable them join the institute?
Thank you so much, CPA. We have been crying that we want to retain, to increase the members of the institute. We want to retain the numbers. Even those who manage to access, have entry into the institute, it's very hard for them to sustain the membership.
Just a moment,
Yes.
just a moment. I can see feedback there that the connection is lost. I don't know where you touched. Okay, just give us a minute.
Okay.
Give us a minute. Give us a minute. Give us a minute. Are you able to see? Yeah, I can see very great questions coming by.
We're speaking about
Just a minute.
diversification. Yes.
Yeah, diversification, yeah, in terms of CPDs, but most importantly, these members who are just coming in, who would want to become members, who can't afford 27,000. Do you have a proposal of lobbying at the council level to ensure that we get like lower fees?
Thank you, Daktari. Number one, we need to act on lowering the fees. There is a surplus that ICPAK has always been reporting. The surplus has been increasing every year. So I propose that when I get into council, we will work on that, look for senior members of the profession, link them with the incoming ones, and we will make the ones who have been who have just graduated to be mentored by the older ones.
Okay.
So in this case, diversified CPDs, we need more affordable, flexible, and practical CPDs that are targeting these young ones.
Okay.
So that even if a CPA who is young, just entered the institute, can be able to have a program that suits him. Or were you talking about the registration?
Registration fees first.
Yes. Registration fees, if we link these young CPAs with the experienced ones, we may have them to pay for the CPAs who are young, who are joining the industry.
Okay.
If a mentor is mentoring a mentee, then they'll be able to take care of those mentees.
Okay.
And once I get into the institute as a council member, then we will work with relevant committees to make sure that we subsidize those registration fees. 27,000 is too expensive for a person who has just finished college to get into the institute.
Great. So I like the concept that you will be able to, in this case here, lobby within the committees and of course the ICPAK Council to ensure that that 27,000 is lowered. And for me, as a CPA Chief Ninja, they call me CPA Chief Ninja in this training fraternity, I would really love if that cost can be taken to as low as 10,000. And then you know what, Mary CPA, we shall be calling you after say 1 year to these RCM studios to ask you, you made a promise, even if it doesn't go to 10,000, but you made a promise of reducing this, of course through lobbying, fees from 27,000 to something. After 1 year, you shall be seated on these very same studios, and then we get to evaluate your performance on that very, actually call it our first KPI, key performance indicator. Now, in your manifesto, you spoke so loudly about AI, ESG, and the data analytics. Do you think ICPAK is currently ahead or behind in preparing members for the future?
Thank you so much, Daktari. In my CAM agenda, there's the advancement policy. So we are going to talk about AI because AI is inevitable. It is already here with us. ICPAK, in my thinking, has done so much to keep up with AI. But we are saying that it has not done good enough. It can do more.
Great. So it can do more. Remember, AI, of course, is not coming to replace the accountant. But all accountants who will be having AI knowledge, I believe they will be able to do much better. Yes. Much better because AI will be our assistant.
So
Thank you.
As ICPAK, we have tried to keep up with the pace. But we have not moved fast enough to keep the pace with the AI, with the evolving world changes.
All right.
Yeah. The profession is globally evolving very fast, so we must adapt very fast to it. Yes.
Thank you so much. I'm still coming back to this young accountant because that is my space. You know, I'm just a teacher, right? Or a lecturer for that matter. How do we ensure young CPAs don't feel stuck after qualification?
Thank you, Daktari. Number one, I wish to also say this. Let our young CPAs also not just sit there and say CPDs are expensive, CPDs are unreachable. No. How do we make them to be relevant? You are young, you just graduated from college, you struggled and raised your 27,000 and now you are an ICPAK member. How do you remain relevant? So at the institute, we shall work with relevant bodies that will be there in the institute to diversify CPD so that any CPA, wherever he is, young or old, will have access to the CPD programs. Diversified CPDs. You'll find free ones, you'll find virtual ones, and they will be there in plenty so that no CPA will feel left out during my tenure at the institute.
Thank you very much for a great response. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've met, of course, when you hear me asking these kind of questions, I've met people who have cleared CPAs. They're even members of ICPAK, and at times in this case here doing simple things like, for example, tax consultancy. Not that simple, but I mean, having done CPA, that should be very, very easy, right? But you ask them in this case here a few questions on tax, a few questions on financial reporting, including basic things like generalizations. Yeah, how to extract a trial balance, they are not able to do. So that, again, that now brings the concept of course, we may have trained these people maybe poorly, yeah, but they were able to pass their CASNEB exams anyhow, all right? But here they are now as members of ICPAK with this continuous professional development. We expect them to get better trainings there, all right? And I'm happy to hear that CPA Mary Mwaki will be at the forefront of championing affordable CPDs,
Yes.
and then most importantly, ensuring that those CPDs are most current, yeah,
Yes.
very good, diversified, yes.
Yes.
Now, another one, still on this young accountant. Yes. I'm really grounded on the young accountant. Yes. Currently, they are crying that they're not getting jobs. Should ICPAK play a role in job placement?
Yes, why not? ICPAK should play the biggest role in mentoring the young CPAs in the profession, in linking them to these members who are old in the profession. You know, every ICPAK young adult who is coming from college must be mentored to become a senior accountant like these ones. So we must create structured career pathways. We must create mentorship programs. We must put specialization tracks to make sure that these young CPAs who are from college, they don't just have the knowledge, but also they have their own job training. We must link them to the seniors. Yes. Mentor-mentee programs.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
like what we have in TAPEF, right?
Yes, like what we have in TAPEF.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would want us to take another feedback. Are we okay? Are we able to understand our great interviewee here? You know, you don't have to understand me, but at least the person who is being interviewed should be understood. Are we following? Are we following? Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So it means that now the infrastructure is okay. We are able to follow. And please take note. Take note because CPA Mary Mwaki will be coming. If she wins, she'll be coming back to these studios later on to give us track. We have to keep track of what she's promising today.
Yes.
It should not be like the Kenyan politics where people are promising heavens and they deliver almost nothing. This should be real. Thank you. So then we continue now that people are following. Now we go to leadership. Yeah, I listened to you very, very carefully in your L, the concept of influence and policy. You want ICPAK to shape national financial policy.
Yes.
Give us a real example. What policy would you influence immediately if elected?
Thank you so much, Dr. The biggest problem we've had as accountants is the policies, the financial policies. Number one, the biggest we have right now is the tax policy. Mwananchi is feeling overburdened by the tax policy. They are feeling that there is no direct commensurate return of the tax policies that have been passed by the members. We are feeling that the institute has not participated fully the way it should have. So the tax policy, the PFM policy, you'll agree with me that the PFM policy was passed, but most of us were feeling that it did not include the accountant's interest fully. So the institute should take a leading role in especially those two, the tax policy, the PFM Act.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Of course, we believe, or rather we know that there is no way as a ICPAK we can also work like 100% independently. We'll still need to work with government in some way.
Yes.
So how will you balance independence versus collaboration with government?
Dr. There is no way we can work independently. Much as we are certified accountants, we are members of a nation. So we must work together. However, we will collaborate with government, but that does not mean now we dilute our independence. No. We must remain principled. We must act as the point man between the member of ICPAK and the government. So while we collaborate, we will not dilute our principles.
Thank you so much. That's a great...
Our role as ICPAK will be to conform, will be to guide the common mwananchi as experts, as professionals, and not to conform to mediocrity.
Thank you so much. Yes. Great, great. Now I'm in your last letter from your acronym C.A.L.M.
Yes.
I'm in M. We are almost finishing. Now for M, you're looking at what we call member value. There are so many members of ICPAK. Of course, we know that ICPAK is really trying their very best. But there are so many members who are saying, hey, we are not getting real value from whatever you are paying. Now, many members pay subscriptions, but feel little direct value. What will you change in your first 6 months for these members to feel value for their subscriptions?
Thank you, Dr. I have already spoken on behalf of the young accountants. We need those accountants to have strong career guidance, internships, mentor-mentee programs. ICPAK is a mentor institute. It's an institute for members, member institute. So we must look at the feeling. Does what the member receive from the institute commensurate to what the member is giving to the institute? The young members should receive career guidelines. They should be given internships. Then, again, those young professionals should have mentor-mentee access. Now, the biggest that we are speaking about here is these members who have served the institute and now they are getting old. Now they are feeling tired. They have been working and they have retired. What can the institute do for such a member?
Okay.
Yes.
So in this case here, the ones who have retired,
yes.
They have served the nation in their respective capacities as accountants, yes. And they are retiring. So CPA Mary Mwaki, what programs do you intend to propose at the institute for such members?
Thank you, Dr. So my proposal for such members, the members who have served and have now retired, their income has gone low. They no longer have medical schemes. In my agenda, I have said as members, they should not struggle to remain as members of the institute. As they retire and they get off the medical schemes, the institute should have a scheme. The institute should negotiate with affordable medical insurance schemes to keep the members who are retired covered medically.
Great, thank you so much. Yes. Now, in terms of benchmarking, maybe I would want to send you to the council with what I've seen members of ACC who have retired, or even young ones who do not have jobs.
Yes.
They have an option where those people pay lower fees, subscription fees per annum. Maybe it is something you need to go and compare, and then you propose something even much better. But I like your idea that you would want these people also to be covered medically, yeah.
Yes.
I listened to this in your manifesto, and I found that to be really great.
Maybe also about that we can say the institute has tried. The institute has given 40% discount to members of the retired members attending physical events. They get 50% discount, and those who are attending virtual get 40% for physical and 50% for virtual.
Okay.
But now we are saying, is that enough? We can do more for the retired members.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much for that. For sure, I wasn't aware of that. That if you have retired there, and then of course you have got proof for that, then whenever it comes to CPD events, you'll be able to get some waivers. Yeah, some discounts kind of.
Yes.
Now we go to your experience and track record. You've served ICPAK at the branch level, you told us. Is it for 15 years?
Yes, I've served the last 12 years.
The last 12 years.
Yes.
Serving at grassroots levels and representing diverse member interests consistently, that's what you told us.
Yes, yes.
What is that one achievement you are most proud of?
Thank you so much. I want to say that when I was beginning my service to the Institute, 12 years ago, there was so much that had not been done. Members of the grassroots used to feel left out. Members of the grassroots were feeling like they are members of another body. But now we can be proud to say that there is increased inclusivity. Even the diversification of programs was not there. You could find very statical programs which were not reachable to so many, but right now there's diversification. Okay, like that time there was CSR projects being done at the head office, not mashinani, but right now you can find the voice that we were doing, speaking from the grassroots. Now the Institute is able to reach even the members of the branches. Yes, yes.
Great. So basically, more penetration of programs
and inclusivity, yes, yes.
to members at the grassroots. But which branch do you represent?
Members, I'm a member of ICPAK, subscribed to the Western branch.
Western branch.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. Now, when you were serving, of course, even right now, I believe you're still serving there, right?
Yes, yes.
What did you learn from grassroots leadership that others may not understand?
Thank you so much. A person who is serving maybe at the Institute in Nairobi may not know that there is an ICPAK member who may not even access a single CPD point in a year. Yes. At that time when we started serving, there were no free CPDs. But right now, because of our voicing, you have seen that there are diversified CPDs. You'll find free CPDs. You'll find CPDs which are subsidized. You'll find CPDs which are reachable online, others physical. You'll find C-suite ones. So everyone is included in the CPD programs.
Okay, great. But I want, as you go there, please, ensure that listening will be the biggest virtue you will have. You must listen. Yeah.
Since it is a member body,
yes,
the feeling of the member is the most important thing to me.
Yes. Now, still under this experience and track record, why is now the right time for you to step into council leadership?
The urge to serve. Yes. The biggest is the urge to serve. The urge to serve, the urge to transform, the urge to represent our members at that level.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now we are going to very different kind of questions out of your CALM agenda.
Yes.
We start with this one. You know, this is an election.
Yes.
There are 3 aspirants, and we only have one position, right?
Yes, yes.
So, and elections often come with so many promises.
Yes.
How will members hold you accountable?
Yes. I want my members to listen. I have done an analysis. We have had many complaints, but most of all, the one promise that I'm going to make to the members, the biggest, not one, I have made many, but the biggest, when we get into the institute, I want to advocate for amongst the other promises that I'm going to make, the retirees will have a revised, negotiated insurance policy, a negotiated medical insurance policy. 2, the orphans of the members who have died. You know, if you're serving at the institute, you're serving the institute and then you die. Right now, there's no policy for the orphans who remain behind. Once I step into the institute, I want to ensure that the orphans of those members who die will remain relevant. They will be taken through basic education, at least up to high school, and at least up to including the university level. Yes.
Thank you so much.
In affordable institutions, of course.
Affordable, yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's very good.
Yes.
Now, you know, when you get to council,
Yes.
here we have council, which has got its clear objectives. And of course, amongst those objectives will be to grow their surpluses, to be able to run the institute profitably.
Yes.
Of course, in terms of what, resources, raise enough resources to be able to run the institute optimally. But on the other side, we have members here who are not really willing to cough up these high fees. So then, what is one unpopular decision? Please listen. What is one unpopular decision you're willing to make for the good of ICPAK members?
Thank you, Dr. Number 1, I wish to say that our institute is the biggest in the region. The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya is the biggest in the region, bigger than LSK, bigger than the one for HRM. We are almost 39,000 members, almost going to 40. However, you'll find that the ones who are, for example, the ones who are now keeping up with the pace right now are between 22,000 to 25,000. And why? It is because, well, most of them complain about the CPDs. Most of them complain about struggle to remain relevant. The one biggest decision that we are going to work on is reduction of the CPD.
Reduction of the CPD?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And how are we going to achieve it? If we subsidize the fees and we say that all now the 39,000 members remain relevant, they will pay the CPDs, they will pay their subscriptions, and the revenue that we are receiving from these 22 to 25,000 members will increase to 39,000 members if the fees is subsidized, so that everybody is feeling like we are paying less. But now those who have not paid, those who have not struggled to remain relevant in the institute, those who are not keeping up with the pace, are now up to date.
Oh.
If everyone is up to date, the revenue will go up.
It will go up.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, we have seen people come campaigning heavily.
Yes.
And as we said here earlier on, you are 3 members. I mean, you know, this thing, it's either you win or it's win-win. It's either you win or you lose.
Yes, for me, I'm very optimistic. It should be a win.
It should be a win.
Yes.
But allow me to ask this question.
Yes.
If you don't win, how will you continue serving the profession?
Thank you so much, Daktari. I will win. However, in any case that I don't make it to the institute, I will continue pursuing and I will reach there one day. But I will continue serving my members, the members of the institute, in the same capacity as the one I'm already serving right now. Yes.
Thank you
We have
so
worked on CSR projects. We have worked on mentorship programs from the grassroots. We will continue doing that.
Yeah, which reminds me of a friend of mine that I supported some times back and he lost. And since then I have never heard of them. So at least Mary Mwaki is telling us that if she loses, of course she's very optimistic, at least she will still be engaged. And we'll be seeing her making comments.
We will continue serving the institute.
We shall continue.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we go to rapid fire questions.
Yes.
Rapid fire questions, we are looking at one word answers. Only one word. Yeah. So in one word, describe ICPAK as it is today.
Evolution.
It's evolution, evolving, right? Yes. Thank you so much. One word to describe ICPAK in 5 years under your leadership as a council member.
Rapid evolution.
Rapid evolution. All right. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Audit, tax, or advisory? All of them.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You've passed that question.
Yes.
Because if you were to side with the tax practitioners only, then automatically would have had problems with the audit practitioners.
Yes.
AI, is it a threat or an opportunity?
In my case, AI is a great opportunity.
Great opportunity.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Now
we
remember,
need to just exploit and keep up with the pace and not be left behind to be following.
remember it's one word,
Yes.
One word and rapid, don't explain anything, right?
Yes. Opportunity.
Thank you, opportunity.
For me,
Thank you
yes,
very
yes.
much. One book that you would wish every CPA should read.
The Bible, the Quran.
Okay,
Yes.
so the holy books. Thank you so much. As we close this up, Mary Mwaki CPA, what legacy do you want to leave at ICPAK if you win?
Thank you so much, Daktari. If I win and I get into the institute, I will come with credibility, which will earn trust, advancement, which will keep us relevant, leadership, which will shape our future, and most of all, member value, which will make us to feel included. Inclusive.
Thank you so much. So as we close up and go to Q&A section, I would want you to look at that camera. That's your camera.
Yes.
Yeah, the second one there.
Yes.
Speak directly to all undecided voters. Why should they choose you, CPA Mary Mwaki?
Thank you so much. Members, I come to you with my calm agenda because I have seen that there is existing a gap between you, the member, and the institute. I come as a solution to that gap. Policies have been established, policies have been put in place, but those policies have not been implemented. I come to you as a solution, as an implementation of the policies that have been made, as a gap that is existing, that will fill, as a person that will fill the gap that is between you, the member, and the institute.
Thank you so much, CPA Mary. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before we go to the questions and answer section of the session, from the presentation of CPA Mary Mwaki, are you convinced, if you are especially undecided, are you convinced and you think in this case you'll be able to vote for her? Let's get feedback there. Let's get feedback there. So I can see Velma, yes. Are you convinced? Nelly, yes. Maurice, yes. CPA Karani, yeah. Great. Thank you so much. But most importantly, we believe, super good. Thank you so much. We believe that she'll be able to be an advocate of the young accountant. that accountant is not working, and we shall be able to, if you go with her, and any other person will be able to come to this podcast. Remember, us, we are not taking sides. As RCM, we are not taking sides. Us is to give these candidates a platform for them to be heard. Like now I can see we were at about 170, which is really, really good, and you will be able to even share this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get now to the Q&A. So Q&A, let's read your questions here. Let's read your questions. Please feel free to shoot the toughest questions, right? Toughest questions. And I'm happy to see that you guys are supporting. You've been able to hear about her. CPA Mary, kindly share with us your contact. Do you have a problem?
No problem.
Okay, please read for them here.
Thank you so much, members. My number is 0723 05 2513. I'll read again. 0723 05 2513.
Great. Well, ERCM ameonekana studios kwa nini? Hata huko nyuma. All right. Now, so I'm here waiting for your questions. It's like there's none. It's like this lady has been able to exhaust all of them. Which will be very good. Which will be very good if that is the case. Do we have regional offices? Do we have regional offices or clusters?
Thank you so much. Like I said, I've been serving at the grassroots for 12 years. We began with briefcase offices, but we agitated until now we are able to have regional offices. And yes, there are regional offices in the 8 regions. Yes.
Thank you so much. So I can see Peter Valentine raising their hands. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, my question is my question is, how will you ensure that ICPAK advocacy efforts effectively influence national policy in public financial management?
Thank you so much. I want to say that where I work right now is directly with those policy makers. I work with the NGCDF board, a place where we work with those policy makers, the MPs who make laws. And I will tell you that once a bill is passed, it may remain a bill forever until an intervention is done for it to come into law. So if you have a proactive member, then you'll have those things worked on and pushed into execution until they become laws.
Thank you so much for advocacy. I hope that question has been answered. So CPA Wanjala Makoha, please go ahead and talk.
Thank you very much, colleagues and comrades in the profession. I think our sister has given us a very elaborate manifesto that she intends to implement. But direct to my question is, how will she ensure that the profession, especially ICPAK, continues having the respect around the globe? You know, we are serious participants in shaping the profession, both at the regional, at the continental, and at the global level. What are her thoughts on that?
Thank you so much, CPA Wanjala Makoha. Like the way we have said in my agenda, that we need to keep up with the pace and not to be following. Right now, you'll agree that ICPAK has joined the global space. But are we able to keep up with the pace? So, with globalization, with advancement, then we will be able to keep up with the pace.
Great. So advancement will be able to enable us, or rather will be able to make us reach at that global level. Mombasa, what is your take on decentralization for countrywide outlook? What is your take on decentralization, for countrywide outlook?
Thank you so much, CPA. I don't know if you meant decentralization of the ICPAK.
Yeah, like having the Western branch and even expanding them to even towns now.
Okay. I would say about decentralization, it's a thing that was really fought for. I'm proud to be a part of the people who fought for the decentralization, because people were feeling that power should not be concentrated at one place, at the central place. So decentralization for me is the best thing that ever happened to the institute. Because now even the member at the very grassroots level, who cannot travel to go to Mombasa for a workshop, can attend a branch workshop and still remain relevant with the institute.
Great. So then we have Peter Ochokolo. Peter Ochokolo, and we are past time. We shall only be able to accept 2 more questions.
Yes, hi, CPA. Yes, my colleague, CPA, how are you?
I'm fine, CPA.
Yes. Yes, my question is just to ask what measures or policies will you put in place to ensure that ICPAK becomes a vibrant, just like the Law Society of Kenya. You see that the Law Society of Kenya is fighting here very little for its members. What are the measures when you become a member of the council that you will put in place to make sure that also ICPAK becomes a very vibrant association?
Thank you so much, CPA, for your question. Number 1, we began by saying that ICPAK is already in front. It is already leading. We are only saying it should keep up and not follow. So what we are going to do is the propositions that I have made in my CALM agenda, that as AI comes, as knowledge advances, ICPAK keeps up with the knowledge, does not follow but keeps up with the knowledge. So any change that comes with the knowledge, any knowledge change does not find us unawares. It finds us already kept in it.
All right. Thank you so much. So I can't see any other hand. Now I can see one more here, because we have other activities in the afternoon. We shall be able to take the last one. The last one. And then, of course, all questions that you happen to be having, if you shoot them to us
in writing,
we will be able to. Yeah. So I can't see any, because it's like this person has dropped their hands down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, which organizations would you want CPA Mary Mwaki to visit? Any accountant, ICPAK member who feels that there are still organizations that they would want visited by CPA Mwaki or any other aspirant? I'm waiting to see there. If you work for an organization that has got, say, 5 members, 10 members, that you would want, in this case here, CPA Mary Mwaki and any other aspirant to come and visit OAG. Happy with the 2 council members and even that chair we elected last time. Okay, great.
Thank you.
KRA. It's like you haven't gone yet to KRA.
We have visited OAG, but OAG has decentralized offices. So we will try to reach out to.
How about the mighty KRA?
KRA, we are coming.
They are coming. They shall be there. And then, of course, CPA Lizzie is saying secondary schools. So that is it. And I would want, there is nobody who can tell us that, as RCM, we have invested in good studios. Are you able to show them the studios around? We need to also get our flowers. As you're giving Mary, CPA, her flowers, also give us our flowers.
Yes. A very beautiful studio indeed.
All right. Give us our flowers. Give us our flowers. Give us our flowers.